Hi everyone, I'm Tamara Green, Executive Director of Walpole Media. Welcome to another edition of Spotlight. We have a special treat for you today. We are speaking with Maria Hall, the School Nutrition Director for the entire district, and we are in the middle school in the kitchen and cafeteria, and we're excited to show you what it looks like. So Maria, welcome to Spotlight.
Thank you.
Can you first start by telling me a little bit about you and your background?
Sure. I came to Walpole Public Schools in January 2011 with the idea that there was some struggle with getting the finances in order as it related to running the nutrition program. We took a look at what was happening. There was 7 schools at the time, 4 elementary and middle and high school, 2 middle and 1 high school. And what we thought through, collaboration with the business manager and our own team, that we were going to centralize the way we served food simply because it was more sustainable that way. So we looked at the high school at the time and what our participation rate was at the time. And at that time, meals, you had to pay for meals. So except students that were qualified for free or reduced meals. So with that in mind, we took the high school kitchen and we modified it to help us produce all the hot food out of that high school.
So all of the food for all 7 of the schools was cooked at the high school?
Yes, and sent daily hot and ready fresh to each of the elementary schools and the 2 middle schools. And with that said, the teams at those schools were still producing all the fresh produce, fruits, veggies, setting up the lines and doing that. But if it was, say, pasta and meat sauce, we made it from scratch and it would be sent over hot that day. And that helped to standardize the recipes and standardize what each school was getting, so that each school was getting the same food, and we could control allergens and also do a lot more scratch cooking by doing that. As things changed, and there was the opportunity for the new middle school, we thought ahead and said, well, meals were free after COVID, or actually during COVID and then after COVID, so we knew that participation would be greater, and we had the opportunity, building the new school, to take a look at building a true central kitchen. And so we were able, and you'll get to see that, and I'm excited to show you that. So this central kitchen allows us to actually, again, do the same model we were doing, but in a kitchen that was designed to do that. It helps with the economies of scale and makes us more efficient in what we do, because of the design of the kitchen is actually designed to be a central kitchen.
So what exactly does that mean? You just have more of everything?
Yes, I think what it means also is the layout. So we have more ovens, and we have certain pieces of equipment that make it more efficient. So a tilt skillet, for example, you'll see 2 here, which is a lot because we may be cooking 200 pounds of beef at one time. We have what we call a Bay Marine, which is a particular piece of equipment that you put hot water, you put water in, it boils it, brings the foods up to temperature quickly. So these different specialty pieces of equipment allow us to, again, do a lot in the time we need to do, and meet the needs of the safely and efficiently.
So lunches for today will be cooked this morning?
Yes, this morning, and then sent out in the for some of our lunches are early. Some students eat as early as like 10:20, 10:30. So, but the lunches are sent out appropriately and then sent in batches as needed. So, lunch periods start again maybe as early as 10:20, and then we'll send the next batch out. So.
Approximately how many students are you feeding?
Right. So we're doing approximately 2,600 lunches a day.
That is a lot of food to cook. So how many people do you have on staff?
So each of the elementary schools have between 3 and 4 employees, but here at the middle school we have approximately 10.
So are the 10 people just doing cooking, or are they doing other things as well?
We have on staff 2 lead cooks and 3 cooks, non-lead cooks. Those cooks, we have a cook at the high school, to a lead cook at the high school and a cook at the high school to cook off things like things that may be better not transported there because it's such a larger. But here at the middle school we have a lead cook and 2 cooks, and at the high school we have 1 lead cook and a cook, and they switch around as needed. But so cooking, the predominant amount of things is about 3 cooks. The other staff are more like what the elementary schools are doing, where they're prepping for whether it be the salads or the fresh fruits and things that are being served, and setting up the line and things like that.
I understand that Walpole is now participating in a program for waste reduction. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, we are looking at ways to reduce non-organic waste because since when COVID hit, everyone was using a lot of paper and products to package things. Although we were always looking at sustainable or compostable packaging that allowed it to be composted, it still added weight and bulk to trash. So there's an effort to look at what could we do. And a company by the name of Redish just opened a plant in Hyde Park. Actually just opened around November. And we were able to jump on board as the first in Massachusetts to utilize their program. They are well established in New York and I think it's Pennsylvania. They have sites there, and what we were able to do here in Massachusetts is do a pilot. So we started in December to have them provide us with washable products, that they would provide us the product and then we would have it washed by them and then returned to us clean. And that we said, let's pilot it at 1 elementary and the middle school and see what the impact and also how it was there any hiccups in it, because it was going to be new in Massachusetts, although they were established in the other states. And it rolled out well. So in February we brought all the schools in. And one of the things, so we were doing a paper plate and a tray at the middle and high schools and a compostable tray at the elementary schools. By switching over to a washable tray, washable plate and tray here, it allowed us to, again, reduce that by, it will divert 1,500 trays and 700 plates daily, which diverts to 270,000 trays and 126,000 plates annually from landfills.
That's
pretty
incredible.
Pretty big impact, yeah.
Yeah. Do these plates and trays have a shelf life?
On the back, there are QR codes that helps for usage of the tray. So the plate, so that we make sure that when it's met its life expectancy, it's replaced. But also, it allows us to do the sustainability reports because it tracks how many are used, and then those reports provide us like how many gallons of water was saved and those type of things. So it's pretty neat.
That's incredible, yeah.
These are provided by Redish themselves. We chose to, we had some of the trays that were for the elementary school, because we used to do this at one point, but not at all schools because they don't have any dish machines to wash them. So we used some of the ones we had, and then there was a special initiative that was sent out that if you're using compostable, you could get some stainless steel trays at a significantly reduced rate. So we used these at the Elm Street School because this is where we piloted and I didn't want to buy anything. And then when we realized it was working, we were able to get the stainless steel trays for the other elementary schools. And so we own them, but they wash them for us. So that's it was a really good opportunity. And we do a smoothie every day at the middle and high school as a lunch option, a smoothie lunch. It has other things with it, but they're looking to design a cup that we could use, because right now we use a compostable cup, but they don't have available yet so we're looking forward to that for next year.
How did you hear about Redish, or did they approach you?
They reached out through a few programs, so I'm very active in a lot of the School Nutrition Association meetings and our own Department of Ed meetings. We have like healthy summits and different things. So I heard about it last year before, and I put a star on that email. And then when I was ready, because when we first opened, we literally opened, as many probably down folk know, that we opened the school a week before we were ready to launch. So for us, for a kitchen, it was a little bit challenging to do any new initiatives. It was more let's breathe and just make sure everything turns on.
But still, if you opened the school in September and you started the program in December, that's a lot of pressure.
I will tell you, I do like to roll out initiatives, and I like to be, work to get those things done quickly. But yeah, it's just how we roll. I guess we do work hard at trying to get things going. And I know it's important to school committee as well as leadership to do some sustainable efforts here. And because the participation was so great, which we're excited about, it was like, okay, how is this going to work, and what are going to be our challenges? But I will say, leadership, every one of the principals, like, let's do it, and the custodians too. It does impact them too, and I'll show you as we walk through. The trays get returned into crates. It's really seamless. The kids throw out. So it's not like the plate or tray has to be washed. They just dump the food. And then we have shared tables, so anything they don't want that's sealed can go on a shared table. But everything else, the waste goes in the trash, and then the tray goes into a crate, and then the custodians put the crate into a big cart that they provide.
You've already told us how much waste you are reducing, but is there a cost saving as well?
Yes. So that we would be purchasing compostable trays and plates every week, to meet that. And the amount of storage that takes up is quite a bit as well. But yes, there's a significant savings there. And other parts of the other things that we don't see, it's the landfill, right? But also the fact that we're not producing. And this is a piece that I think even for me it was like an aha moment. It costs money to produce a paper plate or a compostable tray, and that cost is also thought of in terms of environmental costs of what the water it takes and the different things it takes to create those things. So that savings is there as well. So
that's exciting.
Yeah, I would want to add that the initiative not only supports our sustainable goals, but it also serves as a learning opportunity for our students, teaching them about importance of environmental stewardship. And it was really cool things that we did. We had at the elementary school, when we launched again, I applaud the leadership. The principals are great for supporting the efforts. When we launched at Elm Street School, the principal put in place fifth grade student ambassadors to help each grade understand what they were going to do with the tray, and they were all excited about that. Here at the middle school, the custodian and I did a homeroom announcement, and the kids do the video announcements here, so that was great. And then at the high school, they always knock my socks off. So Pete Farrell, he asked the kids to come up. I gave him some information on it, and they came up with this thing. They were doing like a news break.
All right, everybody. Emergency press conference. I'm Pete O'Farrell, Timber TV Prez. I've got Ed Dietl, hallway monitor, wanderer, monitor. What are you going with it? Sam, Dan, the chiefs of good vibes here at Timber TV. We need to let you know, when we get back from February vacation, there's going to be some changes in the cafeteria. In an effort to cut down on waste, they'll be serving food on reusable dishes and trays. Whoa. So, guys, it's very simple. Here we go. We got here's the bin. You'll be getting your food like this. You got the tray. It goes in one place. The plate right in the bin, just like that. The trash barrels are still going to be there. Trash goes in the trash barrels. Questions?
That video went out to all the students at the high school, so we got great engagement and again, wonderful feedback. A lot of students are doing civic projects, and they're reaching out to me, asking me information to help with that. So I'm excited about all of that.
And now it's time to tour the kitchen. This is a big, beautiful looking kitchen. Tell me a little bit about it.
So what we have along here are combination ovens. Those combination ovens allow us to steam, roast, bake, do whatever we need to do, a combination even of steaming and roasting together. And that helps with our production. As you know, I mentioned we're doing 2,600 meals a day, approximately lunches. So to do that within those ovens helps us to be able to do that on time and get the product out. So
it must be nice for parents to know that everything is cooked fresh.
Yes,
the day of. Yeah,
cooked fresh. And then we have tilt skillets, which help us to cook our meats from scratch as well. And as I was mentioning earlier, our Bain Marine, which helps us to bring things to temperature that we need to, like maybe frozen veggies and different things, and bring it to temperature and then hold it hot before it gets shipped out.
Can you tell us some of the meals that you prepare and then serve?
Sure. So we have favorites, and whether or not we have pasta is one of the favorites, and that's cooked. They do the hamburger raw from scratch into a full meat sauce or tomato sauce if the student would prefer no meats. We also do nacho and taco meats from scratch. Again, we're not purchasing something that's pre-done. We have roast turkey dinners. We have roast pork dinners. We have some of our other favorites. We do brunch for lunch, which is like a scrambled egg, which will cook the eggs. We use like a liquid egg that the government provides us, which is great. It's just fresh. It's egg, but frozen egg, but we use that for our scrambled eggs. I think of some other favorite, and we do. It doesn't require cooking, but we do local produce where we do a fresh salad each week. It's nice for the students to have that choice. But yeah, those are just some of the things that we do that are popular.
So if you're making pasta for 6 schools, how many pounds of pasta approximately do you use?
We use 16 20-pound bags of pasta to provide for the students for the district.
Wow, that's a lot of pasta.
A lot of cooking. Yeah.
Yes. So speaking of cooking, can we meet someone who does the cooking?
Sure.
Lead cook Sylvia Kukwa shares how the cooking process has changed from the old middle school to the new one.
It was an interesting journey. We started a centralized kitchen, and there's first in the area to centralize. So we built this program, and it's fabulous. And I think all the scratch cooking, fresh fruits and vegetables, as I knew it before, people used a lot of canned, and it was a lot of processed, so very minimal processed food. So I was excited as a mother and a worker. So under the direction of Maria, who's really uplifts and does a lot of training with all of us, I just love it more and more every day, and so now it has spread. Hence, the beautiful new kitchen is centralized, and you can see how big we've grown. So it's working out well.
Excellent. What is scratch cooking?
Scratch cooking is something that you're getting from raw, so there's nothing processed in it. So we're either cooking out of there. We have 2 skillets that we're either stir frying, so there's nothing processed. Keeping in mind we can't add soda. There's a lot of restrictions that we have, so we try to doctor it up with some spices. But everything's kind of built in for us.
How many pounds of hamburger do you use? Wait, say.
Yeah.
This is how
So
much
if
hamburger.
I'm making nacho meat, so they come in big logs, so there's 40 pounds, so we do 40, 80, 10 times, that's about almost 400 pounds, because by the time you get there, then you get the grease that's out. It's a really good quality. One of the great things about getting food from the government is their standards actually are really quite high. I know people think government food, but their standards, what I believe is the school and institution, it's just really good product, so, yeah.
You do turkeys.
Yeah, and
I was just trying to
turkeys.
get it.
Yeah. So then we also do roasted turkeys. We season them, marinate them, and then they're all cooked in there. And again, that is 40, like 800 pounds of turkey. That's really popular.
Can we go behind this counter?
Sure. We've already turned over breakfast. We've prepped for lunch. Today's kind of a light day. If you were to come in another day, it's kind of all over the place. We're just pushing food out. But so we have 2 warmers that we do a holding. This is a rationale. This is a different type of rationale. It works the same way, but we use them when we send food out. This would be like a 2-inch. So we kind of know how many servings to send. So if, it's usually these big 6 inches, which hold like 80 servings, so we'll send 4 or 5 per school. So we don't have any waste. I think we've gotten it to a point that we haven't had any waste at all, So if this is what it looks like, we roll this out. This is in the middle. It's going to get clean. It's in cleaning mode, but they just load this up and anyways, my friends here call it the magic oven. So here we could do pizzas, we're just moving in burgers, the turkeys. We take the racks out when we're cooking the turkeys and meat and everything. These are called skillets. You have the water. So when you were talking about how do we know, these are all gallons or liters, but gallons. So we have 2 of those. We also use it for hot water, you know, if we're making mashed potatoes and things like that. So this is a quick chill. It's a quick chill, so it's a bag. These are bags here that, so the nice thing is production-wise, we can get the sauce ready, put it, and we can freeze it, pull it out, get it ready to go, and it will go right to the schools. We also found by using this, there's no waste, because we know exactly how much they need. Well, that's pretty cool. And this is just a lot of the prep area. We have mixers over there where we're making mashed potatoes and things like
If
that.
you're cooking breakfast, what time do you and the other cooks
Yes.
start?
So I come in usually at 4 just to do paperwork, get the girls ready. By 2, so there's 4 cooks. They come in, we have a breakfast person. We also do out of district schools, so they get their breakfast ready packaged and get ready to ship out. And then we get them here and for the other schools. So we're constantly working from when we walk in and planning the day, get the breakfast out, start prepping for. So we're very careful of allergens. We have a lot of allergens throughout our district, as everybody does. So try to get the allergen foods out first so there's no cross-contamination, package, double check the ingredients. So that's a little time consuming, and we try to go slow with that to make sure. So far we've been very lucky, and you know, we can accommodate a lot.
So essentially, once you finish cooking breakfast, you practically have to clean up and start.
We clean up, wipe everything down, and we start, so we start, if you notice, we start traying. These trays are all in the dish room right now because we've already started the thing, but traying, putting them in, and everything is trayed, and then everything is timed also. So we don't want to have anything holding for a long time. So I know when the boys start going out, maybe we have 4 drivers, we have 2 vans. When they're ready to go out, I know at like 10 o'clock I'm going to have them out the door. So I know what time it is. So there's no holding time. It's going right from here, right to there. And cameras that are temperature controlled, right to the schools. And the nice thing is they're only a mile apart, so it's like literally 3 minutes. So everything's hot. They're tempted when they're there. You know, leaving here, they're tempted. Leaving there, they're tempted. So yeah, it's been working out well.
What's for lunch today?
Today, actually, it's interesting. We started so it's a Domino's pizza. The kids, we used to do our own, and that was very hard. But once a week, we let them have some special things. But we have a lot of vegetable pizzas, pepperoni. But it's towards the end of the year, so we're kind of giving them a little fun. So on Wednesdays, we do that. We make up. Tomorrow will be salad day, which, interesting enough, it's the main meal. We do a chicken. We do different toppings that they could select. But even the little kids, their participation in it, they love it. And most kids, as you know, like, oh, I don't know, when they can make it their own and pick their toppings, they really love it. And that is from local farmers, DOD.
You mentioned about allergies. Do you also have to pay attention to gluten-free
That's
and
right.
lactose-free?
Yep. So we have a lot of dietary needs that we have, and we accommodate them. And Maria, throughout the year, every year, at the beginning of the year, throughout the year, then we're always updating the nurses. She works very closely with all the nurses. She does a great job of training all our staff. So at each school they know, and we're really fortunate that our food techs know the students, so they know what to look for. She's set up Maria has set up precautionary, so they have a little card. One, that's how they can go through the line, but also they have stickers, so it alerts a cashier. So say somebody, doesn't happen, but if there was a cashier that's not used to it knowing, they have that sticker that stops it. So we have a few different techniques to not cross-contaminate or hurt anybody, but they're all very happy, and we go out of our way to accommodate them. We want everybody to feel included. Even if it's religious person, so we do our best. We want everybody to sit down and have lunch together. Yeah, so it's nice.
And then a pretty amazing thing happened. Sylvia asked my camera person, Max Grant, a graduate of Walpole High School, a question, including what his name was. When he said his name, both Maria and Sylvia immediately recognized him, even though it had been 5 years since they had last seen Max.
Actually, I just was talking about him today, like, wait, but it was another bit, but I was like, he can't be. Oh my God.
Yeah, I graduated last year. I'm at Bridgewater State University.
Good for you. You're wonderful. You love. So you know, kind of firsthand, we always try to make something
I
accessible
will
to
say
you.
every day during middle school, when Bird Middle School was still around, but now it's a parking lot.
Yep.
I was able to get a gluten-free meal every day. And
Yeah.
kids would ask me, like, how are you getting all these different meals?
Yeah.
You're getting all
They would
this
say it.
stuff. I'm like,
Right.
I was just so blessed to have had so many opportunities, especially meeting with Maria.
Yep.
I remember being in her office and crying.
Yeah.
Because
It was good. I know.
I
Yeah.
was so
overwhelming.
I was so worried because I had to try out new foods.
Right.
I had to try out new
I think we sent some samples home. I think with your mother, I said, try these. Yeah, it does.
There were samples that we brought home.
Yeah, I sent them over to you. Yeah, because your mother was really very.
My mother was.
It's a big to have somebody to advocate for you. So you're a young kid. It's really
My mother
overwhelming.
is very protective of me.
Yeah, I love it.
She wants the best for me.
Absolutely,
So
she's
when
lovely.
When I was able to have those dietary help, especially with the new diagnosis. of
Yeah,
celiac disease,
yeah.
I really started to grow more because I remember in like 5th grade, I would, like all throughout elementary school, I was at like 90 pounds and
Right.
I was like a twig. After I was able to get those
Yeah.
free options provided by Walpole schools,
Right.
I just shot up in height.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, I grew 8 inches.
Yep.
And I
went to your house. That was me.
I got to learn more about myself.
That was me. We were delivering food to some of our
I got to
students.
learn more about myself with my dietary needs because of
Lovely. Good. That's beautiful. That's a great story. I'm glad. I just can't believe I remember you like that.
I was waiting for her to realize that I was back.
What a small world. That must have been really thrilling to see Max again.
Oh my God, when he said his name, Max, it didn't register because he just looks so grown up.
So how would you accommodate a student like Max?
So why on the menu? I just want to stress the menu. We have an online menu so people can see what we're offering and they can hover over and see the nutritional information on each of the products that we're But on the menu, I also write meal accommodations. And I don't put everything on the menu because we can't. There are children who may have diabetes and gluten intolerance or celiac disease. There may be a lactose intolerant. So what we do is we look at what our menu is for the day and see how many kids we can meet with that without making any changes. Because many things actually meet most of the requirements. They don't. Say even you look at nacho day. We have the nacho meat we make from scratch, so there's nothing added to that. The cheese sauce might be for a dairy allergy child, but a student with celiac that may be fine. The whole lunch may be fine. So we individualize it by sending over, because we know what the allergens are for our students at each school. So if we have 6 students with celiac disease at Elm Street, we're sending over 6 meals that are at least 6 portions of whatever adaptation we need to do to the menu. So I guess I would want parents to know that we accommodate that, and we accommodate it daily based on what we know the needs are of the students. But it may not be posted on the menu specifically, only because the menu would be too big and too bulky with all those different things.
Is the menu an app or is it an actual?
Yes, you can do it. It's an app. Yep. It's our website is walpoleschoolnutrition.com. You go on that website and you can see our menu. You can download the app and you can see that on your phone anytime. This is another really key piece of equipment for a central kitchen. So when we do cook and we have maybe we're cooking, we do, as I said, we cook that day to send out that day, but occasionally we'll do some, maybe if we're making the 400 pounds of meat, we may need to chill it down because maybe we have extra for whatever reason. We'd want to, for food safety, bring that from hot to cold quickly. This is a blast chiller. So a blast chiller you put the product in, you roll the rack in, you press a button and it's going to quickly chill it down. It will chill it down to cold or it'll chill it down to frozen within minutes. So then we can put it into the freezer or refrigerator.
So just say it will chill it to, it will
cool it to chill or to frozen.
Yes, and within the time frame for food safety issues. So it's really a great piece of equipment, and we use it a lot. So
Do the staff eat here in this food, or do they bring
yes,
their own lunch?
well, not our food nutrition staff. Part of their contract is to be provided a lunch. We do not, as of right now, feed teachers staff because of the volume that we're doing right now. And we're currently no meals are charged, so we would need to charge teachers for the meals because the meals aren't free through the government or through the state for adults. So we don't do that right now because it doesn't. It's really hard to meet our goal is to meet the needs of the students for the program. That's what we're here for. Here's how the redish comes, clean, and these are compostable bags. And then as they serve the kids, then the trays go back into this, a dirty one, and then they go into a thing I can show you up there. But so the kids are going to come through. They're going to take their tray. When they're done, they're going to put them in the bins. And the bins go, the custodian will bring the big bin out. It's around the corner, and then it goes to the thing. So.
Are there designated tables here for like peanut allergy?
Nope, there's not. At this grade level, the kids know they're allergen. They take care of they know themselves what that they need to do or restrict from. This is the bin, the redish bin that it goes into, and then a new one comes with, it would be labeled clean, and it would be labeled, just the dirty ones.
Maria, I'd like to thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
It was really enlightening, and I hope all of you watching got an experience for what it's like to serve hundreds of people lunch every day, and I'd like to thank you for watching Spotlight. I'm Tamara Green. Thank you.